Okay. Okay. Hello. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, test. Okay. That's probably good enough. Okay. So, I'm making an educational stream right now. This is an educational video stream about computer science and computer programming. So, computer science usually whenever somebody's teaching computer science, I mean, a lot of people when they study computer science, they study computer programming, and it can it's really a field of study that can continue to like real science, like computability science and stuff, and but usually people are very interested in computer programming. Like, what are the machines and how do you use them? So, there are these concepts of mid level, low level, or high level kind of abstractions away from what the computer the computer machinery is. It's basically I mean, the CPU, like the central processing unit, is very. It's basically like a calculator. Like in a math class, you may or may not be allowed to use a calculator, and so the a computer is like the CPU is like a calculator that does arithmetic like that, and it does many billions of operations, like things that you would put into a calculator, many billions of those per second, and then where the buttons where you can store and recall a number. There's many billions of space, like places where you can store and recall a number. Like, so a computer is basically like the CPUs. It's like I mean, it all kind of like a little handheld calculator, like you may use in a mathematics class. A computer is a very similar kind of machine. So and a very low level machine code is the I'm gonna show you here, like, and the low kind of the lowest level possible. This was when this came out, people were amazed. They were like, this is a personal computer, like, and it's from 1975. So you see, like, the switches and buttons on it, and switches and lights. So a lot of people tell you, like, a computer's all ones and zeros. So on this very early, very personal computer from 1975, you would flip the switches to set the ones and zeros for the input and read the lights. And if the light's on, it's a one. If it's off, it's a zero. And so that was the entire thing. That was, there was no programming language or anything about it. It was switches that you set and lights that you read on the front of the computer. And so that was very much like the lowest level, the lowest level programming of a personal computer. Was just to flip the switches and stuff for the ones and zeros. Like, flip the switches to set the ones and zeros, and read the lights to read the ones and zeros, and that was it. And that was pretty much it. But then along, this, things have, like, you live in this world that we all live in, and so then people started to think like that. Okay, like a mid level language, a middle level programming language, is kind of a good compromise between, like, the readability for a human being, like kind of like as a human being, like we have these symbols to stand for stuff, and like language that is symbolic of uh, concepts and stuff. And today I kind of would I think it is worth mentioning today with all the AI stuff. An AI code generator is pretty much the highest level programming, because you just if you just talk to it in natural language and just say like say to the AI, please do this or that, um, and the AI puts out some code that so the programming is really about as abstracted away from the machine as possible. But a human being, at least for simple enough computers, a human being really can understand what all the switches and lights mean. It's within the capacity of a human being to understand that, and so to just like speak it in English or something to an AI and say like just say in English what you want to do. That is kind of the highest level abstraction of human readable abstractions, which are abstractions away from what the machine is. Like what the machine actually is, a human being can pretty much understand what the machine is, but it takes a lot of study. And people right now, like they're saying like the AIs, when you ask an AI to just do it, then you're not gonna have studied this. You would not like you won't have the understanding. You've offloaded the understanding to the machine, which is really weird. But the idea of a mid-level programming language is kind of just like a very good like compromise between like what like the ones and zeros, like the lowest level machine language. It's not dealing with every one and every zero, and it's also not just talking to the machine in English. And so there's this language called C, which is still this as the definitive example. C, even after all this time, C is still really the definitive example of a mid-level programming language. So what is C? You know what? My cat is really like he needs something, so I'm gonna like stop this and just like wipe my cat's butt or whatever he needs, and I'll be back.